Oh yeah, addiction. So I've already done this video on short form where I reacted to my first setup, but I thought it would be fun to react to my other setups as well, which would turn into a long form video. And this is also my first long form video. I'll try to do one a week, probably every Sunday. So yeah, I hope that goes well. I have some plans for the future. I have a few ideas. I'm actually building a PC soon, but that's probably gonna come out a bit later. I'm not sure. Today, I'm reacting to all of my old setups. I thought this would be fun. This thing is so loud. I'm doing something else with this. Hold on. Alright, it should be a bit better now. Okay, so this right here is my first setup. I'm sure you've already seen the short form video, but in case you haven't, I'm gonna describe it right here. So, I think I was about 9 years old when I had this setup. This was my first ever setup that I, like, owned myself. It was pretty shit, like, literally nothing special. This was, like, back in 2013, I think. So, what we have is a very generic office membrane keyboard. You know, I was a kid. I didn't know anything, like, gaming-wise, so it was perfect enough for me. Same with the mouse, a very old office mouse. What's really funny about this photo is the headphones. Like I said in the short form video, it looks like customer service headphones. You see where the electric tape is? Is the mic supposed to be there? Because it looks like there would be a mic here. Maybe I broke it. I don't know. It doesn't even have earmuffs. It's just plastic. Yeah, I do not remember using these. The speakers were really nice though. I got those for my birthday. It was like a radio set, but like the speakers themselves were pretty nice. The monitor, I have no idea what this monitor is. I've looked everywhere and I could not find it. The computer was probably trash. It was some old office computer. God knows what was in there. Like at this point, it was probably like 10 years old. But hey, it worked for me. It worked for 9-year-old me. I never complained about it lagging. I'm sure it was lagging like crazy, but the games that I play worked. So yeah, no complaints there. So this was my first setup and very humble beginnings. So now let's move on to the second one. Yeah, not impressive at all. So I think I was in the 6th grade when I bought this laptop. I think it cost me around 900 bucks at the time. It was pretty overpriced, I think. I still remember the GPU was a 950M, and then it had an Intel i7 7th gen or 6th gen? I don't know, but it actually wasn't half bad. You know, I played Minecraft on it, Roblox, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and then I played Fortnite on it, which was great. It worked very well. It was like an office laptop. I didn't really know. I still didn't know anything about gaming at this point. So yeah, I just bought an overpriced office laptop. I think I used the same mouse. I see a JBL speaker up there. That thing was sick. You remember the first gen JBL Go? Everyone at my school had those, and if you didn't have one, you were the loser. But I had one. I had it in gray. Then my third setup. Now this is an upgrade, but I made a crucial mistake with this setup. So let's go through it together. So we have the Logitech G435 headphones. They were pretty nice, but they stopped working after like a year. I don't know why. I think the transmitter broke. Actually, no, it was not the transmitter. I think they stopped charging. They just stopped working, yeah. And then the mouse, which one was, is that the G305? I'm not sure. It's wireless. Then my microphone. This microphone was amazing. This is the Fifine T669 or T669B. I'm not sure. I loved this microphone. I still use the arm, but I have to like replace it because it's really old. But yeah, I love Fifine. Is it Fifine or Fifine? I'm not sure. I love Fifine microphones. I used it for YouTube for like 4 years on a different channel. It was amazing. Like if you want to get a reliable, good, and cheap microphone, get Fifine. This is not an ad or anything, but yeah, they're just amazing. So I love that microphone. I would definitely like to own more Fifine microphones in the future. But then the laptop. I bought a gaming laptop. The reason why I bought another laptop is because I was moving a lot from like my home to my dorm room in high school, so I couldn't really have a desktop computer. This laptop was pretty good actually, but it was quite overpriced. I'll get into that. So specs, I think it had 16 gigs of DDR4, but I later upgraded to 32 gigs. It had a Ryzen 7 5600H. It had a 144Hz screen, 1080p, a terabyte SSD, and then for the GPU, and this is what happens when you don't do enough research, I bought a 3050 Ti. This was when the 30 series was released, and I was scrolling through all the computers I could have bought, and I was like, ooga booga, 3050, the 30 series graphics card, I'm sure it's great. My ass, I bought a GPU with 4 gigabytes of VRAM in 2021. Or was it? No, it was 2021. Yeah, that's where I fucked up. I could have bought a 3060 and this thing would have been so much better. I'm gonna say this right now. This is proof that you don't need top-of-the-line hardware. The 4 gigabytes of VRAM were never a limitation when it came to gaming for me. I had this laptop until about half a year ago when I switched to a desktop PC. And I upgraded because I just felt like doing it, you know, and I wanted a desktop. But yeah, I could have gotten a better GPU. I think the price was $1,400, but I got it down to like $1,200 because of like taxes and stuff. So yeah, a bit overpriced, but you know, happens. I know how to do research now, so that's good. Okay. So this is the next setup. It's a desktop setup now. So I got this setup because my brother and I switched setups because he wanted a laptop, but I wanted a desktop. So we switched. So we have a 144 hertz 1080p monitor. Yeah, it was 1080p. And then an LG ultrawide 60 hertz. We have some UV gear, which is like exclusive in Slovenia and Croatia. If you're from here, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We have a HyperX headset. I don't know which one this is. We have the same microphone. Again, I loved this microphone. And then the PC. I think I remember what was in it. So it was a 2060, 16 gigs of RAM. It was a Ryzen 7. Yeah, 1 terabyte storage. It was okay. It was about the same as the laptop, maybe a little better. But yeah, again, nothing special about this one. I was happy when I moved from the laptop to the desktop computer, so that was a pretty cool experience. But then, after this setup, I made the biggest mistake that I'll probably ever make in my PC career. So this was when I got really bored of gaming and like YouTube and everything. So I just didn't play games. And I was like, wow, I really want to sell this computer. And I want a MacBook. What my dumb ass did, I traded this entire setup, everything except the mic, for a 13-inch MacBook Pro. Yeah, I did that. And I loved the MacBook at first. It served me great, but I then realized they are really boring. You couldn't play games. The only game I could play was Minecraft, and when I wanted to get back into gaming, I just couldn't because I didn't have a PC. Yeah, this was the biggest mistake I ever made. And then I had this one for about a year, I'd say, and then I really wanted to get back into gaming. So I traded this MacBook for the laptop that I traded with my brother for the desktop computer. So it just went full circle, and all we did with that is lose the desktop setup. So my brother was pissed, but luckily he really wanted a MacBook because he didn't play games anymore. So it was a good use for him. But then I got my laptop back, and then I moved to my girlfriend's house where I had this setup. So this is the same laptop as before. I think it was the same mouse as well, or is it a wired mouse? I think it's a worse mouse, actually. Oh, yeah, I gave that mouse to the guy with the MacBook. And then there's another 60 hertz monitor above it. I think it was on like a box or something. Yeah, I actually think for a laptop setup, this is actually pretty good. I love the red. I didn't always have the red on. I mean, if you have a laptop, it's very nice to have another monitor above it. I recommend you do this. It's really nice. I loved this. But, you know, it was just still the same laptop that didn't perform as well as I wanted it to anymore. And then I bought my first ever desktop computer that was like mine. And I made this with the setup. So I'm gonna go through everything first, and then I'll go to the actual computer. So this is the same monitor as in the previous photo, and this is like a TV that's still here. It's attached to the wall. Like my girlfriend's house had it, so I just used it for another monitor. And then I bought another 1080p 180 hertz monitor. It was like what, $100 I think. So not too bad, but it's nice. I use it as my secondary monitor now. I have a really cheap keyboard. I think this was just like temporary. Oh, the Death Adder, the white. Why did I get the white one? They had a white one and the black one, and the white was like $2 cheaper, and I was like, let's save some money. And then it just looks horrible. The only white thing in the whole setup. You got the C920 though. It broke. It just stopped working. I had to yank it in the trash. You know, you got some nice greenery here with some of my instruments, my ukuleles. The ring light. This one stopped working too. I had to get like 2 new ones. I then have the Audio-Technica 2020 USB Plus. This is where I switched microphones because I had like 3 different microphones. with the laptop setup, but I guess I never took the photo. Pretty solid microphone. I still have it. I still plan on using it because it's a condenser microphone. Cable management, perfect. And then the desktop. Actually, I bought a very budget-friendly computer because I'm a broke college student and I don't have money. So what I did was I bought a pre-built. Don't come at me in the comments, please. I bought a pre-built, which has a 4060, an i5 12400F. It's like the combination for the 4060 if you want to go Intel. I didn't want to, but they didn't have anything else. 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. You know, it's a decent computer. You know, it's good for me. It's okay for me. I don't need anything more right now. But yeah, I was very happy when I went to this because it's like my very own desktop setup now. So that was really fun. And now I think we're going to the last one. Yeah, this is my current setup, but it's, again, it was this wall, but now I turn it this way. It's pretty much the same right now, except all this stuff on the PC. I put that down. I didn't need that anymore. And I have a different keyboard. I have the Jshlatt F75, amazing keyboard. I totally recommend it. Again, this was the monitor. This was the main monitor in the previous setup, MSI 180 Hertz. And then I got this monitor for free, basically. It's the Samsung Odyssey G6, 280 Hertz. 1440p. Yes, I pair a 1440p monitor with the 4060 because it works just fine for me. Again, do not come at me in the comments. You can play 1440p with a 4060. I don't use these speakers anymore because they're just so trash. I yanked them in the drawer. I upgraded the mic to a Shure SM57 because it's a dynamic microphone, and then I had to get an audio interface for it. I do want to get a condenser microphone with the XLR input though in the future. I have the HyperX Pulsefire? What is it? Pulsefire Haze 2. I bought it on Black Friday. It's pretty nice. It's pretty lightweight. How much does it weigh? Does it say? It's not that heavy. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Yeah, I cannot find it. Anyways, it's pretty lightweight. It's very nice. And then the PC as well. So, yeah. This is my current setup. A little different right now. I don't have all that stuff on the PC. And I have some, like, things for lighting and stuff. But it's pretty much the same right now. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my first long-form video. I still have to get used to it, you know. I still have to get used to speaking in English because English is not my first language. So sorry if I speak like a dumbass. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in short form. I'll see you in long form next week. Yeah, have a good day. See ya.